Wait! One time, sure I'm recording. I should be recording now. Alright. Hello and welcome back to some Minecraft Village Golden Age episode 1000 and... You know what, I forgot the number. I think we're on 58 or 59? I'm not sure. 57? 56? No, we're past 56. 58? Pretty sure it's 58 or 59. Alright. But hopefully you are all doing alright and staying safe, and hello and welcome back. So, we went to the... Oh, I forgot it was, we built these pyramids last episode, I tell you. Because it was, what do you call it? We never did anything for Transvisibility Day. And it's been some, you know, time since we last did one. And dang, you know, that pillar is very tall. You never realize when something's super tall until, you know, you see it like that. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, here. Yeah, here. Yeah, here. Alright. I guess that's a creeper hole there. Alright. So, in today's episode, well, we have some stuff to do today. As we are heading back home to try and work on this pathing over here. Yes, we are continuing with that pathing because I have some build ideas for the future of the animal area that will be changing. That will be changing. I do plan on kind of making it more back to its original self. So a lot of the terrain that you see in here will be slowly broke away to reveal its original terrain. But do not worry, the animals are not going to be homeless. We're going to be relocating a bunch of them, you know, all the way down south. You know, we're going to do a lot of southern builds, you know. We normally just stayed in the north area, so we're going to be heading down south and do some builds down here eventually. But we need to solve this pathing issue first before we can do anything else. Alright. So we'll head on up north. You know what, this is close enough, I tell you. This is close enough. We'll just head down the tunnel. I really need to block up this tunnel. We keep using it every once in a while, just as a little bit of a, you know, sneaky way through, I tell you. A little bit of a sneaky way through. I need to move these graves here down into the catacombs. But that's something that I do not want to focus on now, because I have, you know, we've been focusing on a lot of tasks in our series. A lot of goals. But I want to focus on one at a time. And not... Oh, I forgot you were on the lead. I forgot you were on the lead. It didn't even show the lead there. Cracks me up that. Alright. So, this bridge over here, I want to make nicer. Problem is, how do we make it nicer? Well, sandstone was my idea, and I think we are going to continue with the sandstone idea. Just the issue is trying to make it look nice. Alright. And then that's when it goes like that, yeah. Alright. Sorry, I'm currently thinking of a new idea, and that's making it smaller. Because larger's good. Larger's, you know, pretty good. But smaller might be the way to go. Smaller might be the way to go. We're looking at this now. I totally had forgotten about that there. I really wish that there was a way to get up there a little bit faster instead of walking all the way around. Would make it so much easier. Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to fix this area over here. I think the best idea would probably be putting some sandstone slabs. We don't really use sandstone slabs that often, but that would probably be the better choice, I tell you. Alright, let me grab that. And it's right here, right? Yeah. Alright. Oh, there's some sandstone here. Might as well grab that. Put that in the backpack there. There we go. Alright. We just have to ignore this for now. I'll keep it open just because, you know, it might come in handy. Alright, so it goes in by one block. So that is that bit. The problem is making the stairs look nice. We're gonna have to make this a little bit of a 2-block. Just because if I did not, it would not look right. Sorry, my nose is starting to sniffle there. Alright. Oops. Now, the reason why I'm doing a square here is that this will help us in lining up to the problem. So if I make it come out a little bit further, let's see. Squares are the way to go for when you're doing a build project like this. Because it kind of gives you a better idea on where everything's gotta go. And place that there. Alright. That is not bad. That actually might actually be the best choice. Because I can see it going down here, and then it goes this way, and then it goes that way. Now, I do not think I could do the roundedness for this bit, but, you know what, as I say, you know, if I don't like it in the future, I could always just break it down and make it into something new. There we go. Now I can either just break the both of these. There's some very maneuvering right here that we're doing. Alright, that's not looking too bad there. So this is going to be its own bit right here. So should I make it stairs? Well, these bits here are supposed to be the stairs down. But then this is the start, I guess, you know, yeah. Alright, I should really have stairs on me for this, shouldn't I? To at least give us a bit more idea. Give us a bit more idea of what we're doing here. Alright. You know what, I might actually do 3, just because I know I will probably need a lot of stairs. Alright. Now, the idea is I'm going to break this cobblestone here. That is a very old bit right there. I should really fill that in, shouldn't I? Don't want any skeletons spawning under the staircase. Alright. And then that there. We break that. It is looking a little bit odd at the moment, but this is probably the best way that I could actually do it. Yeah, that should do. Put that in there for now. Then break that. No, 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 no. We want it to come this way. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that would look a lot better. Okay. Okay. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, okay, okay. Oh, this is actually starting to look a lot better. Alright. I could curve it, but at the moment we'll leave that now. I'll just start breaking down the blocks that I've placed. I feel like that's supposed to be there. And actually, yeah, that does not look bad. It's just very, dirtied by a lot of blocks in the way. So we'll have to fix that up. We'll have to fix that up. There we go. What shall the path be made out of? I guess endstone bricks, yeah. That would probably be the best choice. It does look quite nice for this kind of stuff. Oh, it's finally stopped raining. For some reason it's just rained constantly in the last like 2 days, I tell you. 2 days. Just constant rain. Yeah, we could just do that. There we go. And break that. Yeah, that's actually looking a lot better. It also now inspires me to remove our little mess that we got here so far. So let us go and do that. We might actually have to shred back this hill a bit. This hill has kind of just stayed the same for a very long time, apart from when I did that, or apart from when I had to do some renovations up there and this bit and that bit over there. You know, it's not really stayed 100% the same, this area. But that is time for you, I tell you. That is time. There we go. And we'll just break this. Now for the actual thingy, the bridge, I could actually make it out of sandstone. It kind of makes sense for it to be made out of sandstone, as, you know, the area that we're in is quite sandy, it's near to the beach, and that's where most of the supplies would come from, instead of like far away in some kind of end dimension, who knows. I have too much wood, I tell you, too much wood. We do not need wood around here. Say no to wood today. We do not need wood. Alright. Pick up that. Yeah, it's actually not looking that bad. I think I might actually keep the rounded bit to it. I don't know why, it's kinda growing on me. Kinda gives me that classic Minecraft feel from back in the day. You don't really get that much. You know what kinda inspires me to do? So, if any of you have not, seen the series, but there's a series by a good friend of the channel, that being Aiden Zero. I would recommend going and checking them out. And they do some amazing, you know, Minecraft beta builds. And it is sick, I tell you, it really is. I would recommend going and checking them out. You can check out their VODs, or they're actually starting a new, series on the channel, where it's all edited now. The, Minecraft VODs. And it started all the way back in, I think, 2024 September? I'm not sure. It's been quite some time, you can't blame me. I would recommend going and checking them out, they do some great stuff. There we go. Now we need to figure out how we're going to do this path over there. But I think the best idea is to shred back this hill a bit. But not really lose its natural kind of feel to it. Though I do feel like I should really move the chicken farm. The chicken farm's great. It's just in the worst spot, to be honest. The worst spot. You know what? I should go like this. There we go. Alright, let's slowly shred back this hill. Yeah, that's not looking too bad. That is not looking too bad at all. Sorry, I was just looking at this little pile here to try and see if I could make it look a little bit nicer. I do feel like that looks a little bit nicer. Oops, didn't mean to dig that far. I think I took away sand from this hill at one point, I'm not sure. When I think back to this hill, you know, I have like one thing of it that keeps replaying in my mind. But it's very odd, I tell you, very odd. Oop, I did not mean to do that. I tell you, I feel like it's gotten faster to mine through stone with my pickaxe for some reason. And I do not understand why. Don't understand why. Yeah, that's actually not looking too bad there. Let's just start taking away from this hill here. Sorry if I'm going quiet, I tell you. I'm thinking back to a, what do you call it, dream that I had. And I'm trying to figure out, like, what it was about this hill. It has some significance in my dream, but you know, I'm not sure. Not sure. Oh yeah, isn't the sand in this box? Yeah. Okay, I'll put the sand in there. Clean it up a little bit, I tell you. Clean it up a bit. Yeah, yeah. Alright, that's not looking too bad. I will also have to make sure this is all, you know, lit up properly. Because I know that sometimes I would not, you know, place torches in the best spot. Oh, hello there, Pie! Hopefully you're doing alright and staying safe. It's probably very late for you. But hopefully you're staying alright and staying safe. And remember to hydrate as well. We're currently working on our, what you call it, staircase. And we finally got a good staircase that I actually enjoy. But now I'm getting flashbacks there. Let's see. You ever get like future sight of like Minecraft builds, you know? It's kind of like that, you know, with dreams. Like I think of a build, like, you know, that would be great later on, and then I would create that build without knowing. Sometimes happens, I tell you. Like how we painted the walls in my house purple after a dream that I had in Glasgow. It's funny that. I'm good, how are you? I am doing alright so far. We're currently working on this and it's taking quite some time, but nonetheless, once it's done, it shall be done. So, I do plan on doing more builds around here to kind of just fix up the area. Like, a lot of this area that you're seeing here, I will be transforming. That meaning, you know, a lot of building. A lot of building. Because I want to restore... They're number one, what are you doing out here? This is the first time you've come down from your little hilltop. Are you alright? You need some help? I'll put that there then. Here, here. Can you not lead a horse like this? Not sure. I was looking at new CPU coolers. I was looking at one very CPU cooler. I want it, but it's $300. CPU coolers are very difficult, one to pick, I tell you. That's what we'll say. It's very difficult to pick. They're either too expensive or they're just not at very good quality. But if I had to recommend, that's a hard choice. That is a hard choice. Well, you know what, I could go out and, check. Wait 1 second. For like fans and all that, it's a hard choice, I tell you. It's probably best to go with one that's from like, not sponsored, Amazon, They're good for replacements every once in a while. The only problem is you want one that's not too expensive, because that means there's a lot more maintenance into cleaning it. And a lot of the time it's, it can break it, because they're so fragile. No, they're not, they're just bad quality. I need to know the CPU cooler was so dang thick when you have the time to search it up. Hit. Okay. I'll search it up to now then. Well, we have, a second. You know what, that is a quite thick one. Is that a water cooler? Liquid, yeah, it's liquid CPU cooler. Well, it depends, I tell you. It really depends. I guess you would be in a hotter area, so CPU cooling with water would probably be a better choice. The only problem is evaporation is, terrible. Sucks, evaporation. Yeah, that is super thick. That is about, I think, 2 of the fans in my computer, the now. Sometimes it does look a little bit bigger than that, but it's like 2 sets of my fans. And that would be quite huge, I tell you. That would be about, if I place my hand on top of my hand, that many, sizing. So it's not bad. That I would definitely not recommend one of these. You want a good CPU cooler, but I would not recommend the chunkiness on this one, because trying to fit it in a computer would just be terrible. It would just be terrible. Especially if you have to take out a bunch of stuff and then put in a bunch of new stuff. I just need a new CPU cooler, because my current CPU cooler is too loud. Is that a CPU cooler that's a liquid one, or a just fan one? I'm waiting on your reply. It's an air cooler. Alright. You can actually get a silent one. Especially, if, depending on the age of the fan, I tell you. You could get a CPU cooler that's silent. There's a lot of good ones that are around, like, maybe 50 to 80. Would not... Well, CPU coolers with liquid are not bad. The only problem is, I always have a fear that they're gonna go split all over the PC and just cause problems. Like, yeah, if the PC's on while you're cleaning it, like, plugged in, then that's a big problem. Specifically, the AMD stock coolers you get with the CPU, it keeps it cool, but it's just so loud. Yeah, definitely probably look into one of the, what do you call it, quieter ones. Because AMD, they're not really the best, I tell you. Like, they say they're very good, AMD. But I tell you, AMD, they kinda make very loud fans. Sometimes you can get, like, a very nice, nice quiet one. Sorry, I was just looking there. And then sometimes you just get a very loud one. Very hard, choice. But if I had to, say, try and look at the prices of the lower ones, because a lot of the lower ones are better than the very overpriced ones. Now we should get back into Minecraft, shouldn't we? Sorry for distracting you, by the way. Minecraft building. It's alright, it's alright. It's always good to help you out, you know. There we go. But do not spend £300 or $300, you know, whatever currency. Does not really matter. Just don't spend over 300 for it. Because that's just not worth it. Especially if you have to replace it in the future. That's like, you know, one thing that I really hate. If you have to replace it in the future, then it's probably not worth it. You want one that can last you years, but a lot of these companies don't want you to, you know, do that. Because if it lasts years, then, you know, they're not making money. There we go. Yeah, we're actually making not a bad path here. Yeah, that's actually not looking too bad. Good job building, Tinko. Yeah. It's actually not looking that bad, you know, so far. I need to put away the sand. I keep getting so much sand, I tell you. We do actually need to work on our tree farm soon, I tell you. But I'll have to go mine a bunch of sandstone. So that might be next episode, I tell you. I know I'm not supposed to, you know, go and work on it now. I wanted to focus on this, but, you know, sometimes I just want to go work on it. Gets it out of the way for the future. Plus, it also allows me to have a lot more resources. Also, I want that gravel back because I can place it in this backpack, kinda. Yep. Yeah, we're gonna need some more endstone as well. Let's see. I don't even know if we have any more endstone. Yeah, we'll have to see if we have any more endstone on us. None in there, but there could be some in here because, oh, there is some more normal endstone. I can turn that into endstone bricks. This is actually looking really nice, this area. Like, we just take a look at this area so far. And that's actually looking very nice. That is very nice. I tell you, endstone bricks does not get the appreciation that it should, I tell you. Does not get the appreciation that it should. Here we go. Sorry about that. Just needed to do something there quickly. The endstone bricks do look very nice. Very creative, Tinko. Thank you, thank you. There we go. Now the reason why I'm doing a very, you know, shifty kind of pattern here is that it allows it to look more natural. Because when you're walking up and down a place, you know, a lot of the time, eventually you just gotta make it very dusty. So I'm actually gonna break some of the staircase here and add some of that sand. To kind of give it that, you know, realistic feel. Like it's been used quite a lot. Yeah, that actually looks quite nice. Now I do need to start the lighting. I was waiting for it to turn nighttime so that I can do this. And that is to fix the lighting issues that we keep having around here. Now this area does look a little bit bland at the moment, so we're gonna have to add something new in here. So we need to figure out what we're gonna add here. But I know what I'm doing for the staircase here, because I should have enough jungle fences left over from deconstructing the bridge that was primarily made out of it. So that'd be what we'll do for today. Also, my throat is very, you know, like it's a lot better, but at the same time it makes me sound very weird. May hydrate in a second. There we go. Now, I would go with sandstone fancies if we had sandstone fancies, I tell you. This is all that we have. But there are other fancies that we could make. I feel like I might go for Tropicraft in the future. We're gonna have to head to the Tropicraft dimension anyway. That'd be, you know, something that is long awaited, I tell you. I will probably spin it into like a spin-off kind of bit of the series. Like a... How would you describe it? A sandstone fancy would look really nice, rip. But Tropicraft is a thing that I've been wanting to do for the series for a long time. Actually, this entire series was actually going to be based in Tropicraft back in the day. Back before Jungle Paradise, it was Tropical Paradise. Or Tropiparadise. Tropiparadise? Tropiparadise sounds cool. But that was one of the names that was coming up for it. But it almost became Tropicraft Paradise, you know, series. Or Tropical Paradise. It would have been a lot more weird than that, I tell you. Like, I like jungles because, well, one of the reasons why I live in jungles, you know, was due to Minecraft Mike, you know. That was one of the influences, I tell you. I really want to remodel our museum soon. Really want to remodel the museum. Wait 1 second. Sorry about that. Alright. So, let us see, where is it? I have to head this way. But Tropical Paradise would have probably been the name of Jungle Paradise if I did not. What do you call it? Oh yeah, these were different blocks, weren't they? There we go, we'll just do that. It looks very odd, but you know, what can you do about it? Alright. So, yeah, that doesn't actually look that bad, I tell you. That does not look that bad. Tropical Paradise would have been a weird name, not gonna lie. Glad you did Jungle. Hey, I did also plan on doing a spin-off called Desert Paradise. Or Desert Oasis, I'm not sure what I would have went with. It was very like a hit or miss name, you know, that one. But, I was not sure in what direction. Oh, wait, bot, sorry. Get rid of that bot, sorry about that. I'm quick drawing to tell you today. Alright. But, it would have definitely been a weird, you know, one. Would have been a weird one. Oh wait, we're at 33 minutes already. We're definitely gonna have to, what do you call it, end off here before I continue on for what I was going to do next, I tell you. That I totally forgot. Well, hopefully you did enjoy this. Have a nice day, safe, visible. We have so much things about it, very important. I'm always seasoning some of these CCs. Bye bye. I'll see you next episode if you're on the Twitch side. See yous.